this fire has been called catastrophic, it's been called explosive, and tonight it's pushed us and many others out of Fort McMurray. And as terrible as yesterday was, officials are warning the worst may not be over. As high winds and heat fueled the fire this afternoon, crews hosed down the fire station and command center on the edge of town, trying to prevent more destruction.
Don't want to leave everything behind, you know, and once I looked up and basically it's raining ash and, you know, your eyes are burning, you know, it's time to pack up and leave.
This morning, all the damage cloaked in a haze of smoke. 1,600 structures have been destroyed. This is the entranceway to Beacon Hill. It's on the west side of Highway 63, and it was one of the hardest hit neighborhoods. Homes are reduced to ashes. Vehicles were charred.
Everyone was panicking.
Neil Duffett was one of the last residents to leave Beacon Hill, but this morning he got some good news about his home.
We got a call 3:30 this morning saying that it's at least partially standing or intact by some means of God or something, or just good firefighting.
250 firefighters are on the ground and more equipment and crews are being deployed. The fire keeps growing, and so does the evacuation zone. This was the scene at Fort McMurray First Nation early this afternoon as evacuees lined up for fuel.
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. This wind changes around tonight. There's going to be more devastation in Fort McMurray than they had the last 2 days.
That First Nation was later evacuated. 300 RCMP officers have been deployed to the area, and a helicopter is flying over Highway 63 looking for stranded motorists. There is an evacuation center here in Anzac, but tens of thousands of people have headed further south, and they've traveled along Highway 63 or Highway 881, and it was along that stretch of road that earlier this afternoon there was an accident, and we understand that 2 people were killed.
You know, Briar, the province declares the state of emergency this afternoon. Does that trigger more help?
It sure does, and officials say that was the motivation behind calling the state of emergency. It means that Fort McMurray will get more assistance more quickly, and not only just from the government, but from other provinces as well.
Do we know anything more about what has been damaged and what's under threat now?
Well, the big concern today, of course, was with the shifting winds, and I'm sure you can see the smoke billowing behind me. The officials do say that the fire is heading toward the direction of the airport, so crews are focused on that. There was a fire at a propane tank facility a little earlier. Crews have been able to put that out. A new school that was under construction did burn down, but we understand some good news is that crews were able to fully protect the city's water treatment plant. Peter.
All right, Briar, thanks very much. Briar Stewart.